Hello and welcome to another scene for Gotham by Night. Um, Tonight we're going to be at the Museum of, correct me if I'm wrong, Natural History of Gotham. Uh, Very nice place. We like going there. It's nice and peaceful, and at the late evening hours, doesn't have too many people, so it's like an ideal public spot for all sorts of weirdos and freaks to meet, I suppose. Um, yeah. So, uh, Tatiana will be going there, accompanied by Anthony and Lillian, and of course her two guards, walking a few feet behind them, just going looking at the exhibits and making small talk.
You're, are you already inside?
Yeah, we're getting inside. I don't think we would pay any attention to you. I think I wouldn't. I don't know about the others. Like, Lillian probably would, and the guards probably would because it's their job technically. But I,
Anthony would lazily look upon
I
the
would,
sign.
but I also kind of stick out like a sore thumb myself. So
like, where exactly are you situated in regards to the entrance to the museum?
I assume you're getting out in an uber nice car, and they're doing the whole
Oh
uh,
yeah.
guardship. I'm just over the right side, but I say almost as if I'm waiting. And when you get out of the car, I stand up off the ground with my sign, which probably makes the security guys notice me instantly. And then I wait. I'm like 20 feet away.
How far is that?
It's like three people, three tall people.
Yeah, I will assume that if you're that close, that my people will go on the side so that your appearance doesn't offend my aesthetics or something.
Wow. Wow.
I'm sorry. This is just how I am.
Ah,
And I'm fabulous. I'm wearing this. Anyway, Anthony and Lillian, anything to add to that?
Anthony will just watch this spectacle, and if they are not being stopped, he'll just follow his boss, who, for whatever reason, decided that there'd be a little company excursion.
I wait till I go past, and I expect one or two of you might be looking at me slightly suspiciously. Then
Lillian definitely would, but that's Lillian's job description.
yeah, right, yeah. So I don't feel bad about it. It's cool. Wait till I get by, and then kind of follow along behind you. Hey,
I would say that Anthony is probably, apart from maybe another security guy, more hanging in the back.
hey, I need to talk to your boss.
Who the hell are you?
I'm me, and I need to talk to the person in charge, which means I need to talk to your boss. That's the smart one.
He looks him up and down. Could you please describe his garb?
Pretty much what he's wearing there, with a fresh pancake stain on the tie, like pancake syrup. He's like 5'6", a little on the short side.
Mm, my guy's a comfortable 6 foot, lean build, blonde hair.
Yeah.
Not blonde, sorry, white hair.
Yeah.
Slightly bluish eyes.
Yeah.
Looks at you, and his movements are Put it that way, when he tilts his head, it's a little too fast than a human should normally do. Hmm. And what the hell is your business?
I've missed things for a couple of days. I need an update. I know you all keep tracks. So
Could you give me a name so that I could tell her who the hell wants to get information off her?
you can
I
call
can't just say, hey, that weird dude over there. That won't fly.
you can call me whatever you want to. You can call me Susan if it makes you feel better. But I'll work for the adamantine arrow. Now I doubt that she gonna know what that is. So just shuffle off, go get your boss. Just need information. Do a subtle, because there might be people around. Do a subtle like turn up and like lift my jacket up a little bit and like do a little circle. I don't have any guns or nothing.
Wait out here. I'll see what I can do. He turns around and positively slams the door in front of his nose.
That went well. This is in character. I keep talking. That went well. So who's the other guy? Anthony?
Volente.
You're still out here? Look at you. Hey,
I'm assuming Lillian didn't even bother.
how you two doing?
Nope, not worth the time.
Yeah, Anthony will be trying to close up with the group.
Without even mentioning him.
Just kind of
No, we're saying, goddamn crazies these days.
I've got two fans in my jacket pockets, just kind of like swaying back and forth, like. Doo-doo-doo. Oh wait,
Yeah.
oh, yeah. Start going through pockets and looking for something. Pull out a fork in from one pocket. Look at it confused, put it back. Then pull out a little notepad and a pencil and flip it open and start reading it.
Yeah. Anthony will be tipping Lillian on her shoulder gently.
Completely normal behavior on my part.
Something the matter, Anthony?
The guy from before. Have you ever heard of the adamantine arrow? He was insistent that he wanted to speak with our boss.
I don't even know what the adamantine arrow is.
I'm not quite sure myself.
I barely know supernatural. No.
Doesn't sound like anything I've heard before. But yeah, he was trying to be insistent. Funnily enough, not trying to force his way in, though. But
You
yeah.
want me to do something about him?
If you could have a look outside if he's still there and see if you can get some more information out of him. He was just speaking garble as far as I understood.
Right. I'm gonna.
I can
Excuse me,
take your
mistress,
post in the meantime.
Excuse me, mistress. I have to investigate a potential problem. I say to Tatiana as I go.
That'll be okay, Lillian. Go away. Go ahead. No, go away. Jesus, forgot my speaking.
So I walk over to the door that was slammed and I open it to look at Edward.
Anthony,
Yes.
what was this about?
Oh, just some crazy person spouting some nonsense about an adamantine arrow and wanting to talk with you.
I am now engaging the poor bastard outside about pancake syrup, and that's about it, really, and what they like for breakfast.
Yeah.
How would he know me?
Who knows? This city's full of crazies.
Interesting. Who did he say he was?
He wasn't forthcoming with the name.
What information did he give you then?
Only that he had been apparently out of the loop and was seeking information
Out of the loop.
for a
Uh,
few days, and that seems to be it.
mm, Tatiana will actually send a text to Andrew and tell him there is a weird fellow outside the museum that is trying to speak with me. Would that be something of interest? And that's all she's going to say. Send the text.
I have now engaged the poor bastards outside who are still waiting. About how is your boss putting on makeup? What?
Actually, the two bastards are not outside, they're
Oh,
definitely
the lady's
inside.
outside.
The lady is coming outside.
Hey, we're here for
And
breakfast.
you see when you see her, she looks oh, not that human.
Oh,
Metallic white skin, glowing eyes, though partially shaded by her sunglasses.
you look dangerous. What do you eat for breakfast? Do you like pancakes? That's the depth of my conversation, guys. So you might want to cut back to inside the car.
Yeah.
I slammed the
Andrew was,
door. I'm just like, nope, not gonna bother.
Andrew is probably going to text back that I don't know, but yeah, sure. I'm just on the street. I'll have a look. So maybe 5, 10 minutes pass, and
About 3 minutes into it, I walk. I just kind of I'm still close to the car, but I reach into a pocket and carefully and easily take out a can of beans, pop open the top, and start eating them with a fork.
ow, fucking cat. Does she really have to use claws?
Kitties are love. It's taking forever. It's like right inside the car. How long does it take to put on makeup?
Well, I'm not sure where.
Okay, time out because there is confusion. Nobody is in the car.
Oh,
Everyone is in the museum.
oh, well, okay. Oh, yeah, that's right. You are in front. That's right. Sorry. Mhm.
Get with the program, Save.
Sorry.
Andrew is going to arrive. I'm not sure if Sigma's with him or not.
I bet she's going to give me the slip.
Well, let's just say that after last time Sigma reunited with you,
All right, so another car pulls up, and a well-dressed guy steps out. No obvious police markings on him. He's got that
you
same.
can also.
I mean, I know, right?
Sorry.
Uh, a simple pair of shades, but when he takes them off after he gets out of the car, you can notice his eyes from across the parking lot.
And with him, you can see a 3 meters tall guy that seems something akin to a gorilla, something akin to a bodybuilder, but is quite slim, wearing a black trench coat and his face encased in some sort of helmet. And you can see that he's carrying quite a big case on his shoulders. And is that a motherfucking fire axe strapped to his side?
Okay, slightly worried.
So Andrew's going to look over at Ed for half a second, and he's gonna tap the large individual next to him. Little half nod. He's going to begin to approach.
Say, take my hands out of my pockets. About to say, do a little, kind of raise my little jackets so there's nothing. Looks like I have no obvious guns or knives or daggers or anything like that.
So what he had told Sigma before I left was, "Oh, I know this guy. He, I know this guy. He's I can't say he's harmless, but yeah, I know him."
As long it, as long this one doesn't commit any illogical or dangerous action for us, there will be no repercussions to him.
Logical. Yeah, okay, well, we'll see about that, probably. I mean, potato, tomato, right?
Right. There a bench around somewhere?
Tell me, Andrew, is this where your friend should be? Because it's quite cliche if we meet her here.
I mean, I don't tell her where to go. Uh, she's here. He's here. Matches the text. I'm just trying to figure out what he's doing here, that's all. No big deal.
Perhaps you should inquire this information directly to him. You do have a knack for getting information out of people. If not, maybe I should ask him politely, like before.
I, I'm sure that won't be necessary. I'll just have a talk with him. It's fine. I'm just gonna casually stroll over to Ed.
As you casually stroll over, I started patting myself, pull out, I went into a pocket, pull out the fork again, and be like, and look frustrated, like, oh. I reach to one of the other pockets and pull out a pack of cigarettes, open up, and take out my last bent cigarette, it looks like, in a lighter. But, hey, how you doing?
I'm fine. At least you're not taking a piss on the side of the museum wall.
Sorry about that. I thought you were regular security. Usually that turns them around. Yeah, is your boss coming out? I'm just looking for some general information. I mean, like, general information.
She's not my boss. It's
No.
fine. We are friends, though, and apparently she thinks you mean. Well, she doesn't know what to think, I should say. So, what's going on here?
I raise my eyebrows. I'm like, y'all are all a little bit more dangerous than I am. I just watch things.
That's fair. I'm just saying, what's going on? She's saying you're trying to talk to her. Is there something I should know?
She's got a good location source, according to my notes. And I've been out of town for about 2 weeks. I need to know what's going on. I'm hoping
Okay.
to get a little bit of local current information what's going on in the underworld for a boon of equal purport. Simple as that. Simple stuff.
If you're looking for information, I can help with that.
Alrighty, sounds good. You get the boon instead of her.
All right. Man, you have some kind of knack when it comes to being in public places when you need a bathroom. Look, you know what? Sure, let's get a coffee or something. There's probably a coffee shop attached to this museum.
Well, usually museums have coffee shops, so
He's gonna lead the way around the building with Edward. I get it. You did the casting thing. I understand that much. But you're really good at making a scene, you know that?
About to say this is light dice rolling and stuff. About to see if
I'm just saying, Andrew knows he's a mage.
Yeah.
He's done that before. He didn't forget.
if we're gonna do like light casting and stuff, it's a I think a one dot effect for me to kind of I've got obscure two just as a background, and I can make a mind effect to be a little less noticeable if I want to be. I was thinking about just kind of popping that up, just to kind of show how I can. I'm not always obvious. You all don't notice homeless people anyway.
All right, I'm allowed to be wrong, I guess.
Yeah. But yeah, like yeah. I just try to move from street to streets.
And after that, Sigma starts tapping Andrew on the shoulder, asking him if he can introduce to him his friend.
There's a big guy.
Yeah. Well, this is embarrassing because I didn't quite catch your name.
Edward. You can call me Eddie Green.
All right, Edward, my associate, Sigma. Sigma, a guy I almost arrested once. Edward.
Is he a member of your family?
Oh,
Come again?
I hope not.
Sigma asks if you have some sort of parental, because you also called Sigma kin, so
Oh,
he's
hold on.
trying to determine things.
Just
Ah,
work's calling. I'm sorry.
Well, we can take the pause and back up to the museum and the three of us. Well, that's being taken care of. I think I'm being paranoid here.
Anthony looks to her.
Well, I don't often get requests from random people to talk to me like that on the street.
Yeah, I told him to stay outside if he knew what was good for him.
Well, it's not like you can prevent him from coming in. It's a public place.
Quite true. Still.
Hmm.
Ah,
Mr.
I've
Zillick
come
knows this
back.
guy.
Does he now? I have to say, working for you is becoming very interesting.
Hmm. Tatiana will text Andrew back. Details? Because, he was requesting an audience with a queen. This is. Oh, no, you didn't.
I'm back, by the way.
Yeah, sorry. Still text back with what?
uh, the reply would be a single word: coffee.
And so I will send Lillian to check the coffee shop and report back. And we can go back to use guys for the time being.
If I may ask to do one thing, may I try and put myself in direct connection to, well, Andrew phone to copy contact, message, and whatsoever, because, well, Sigma is trying to learn, and Andrew is an interesting subject of learning.
Aw,
Shots fired, man.
I could teach you, man. I've been on the streets forever. Come on. Well, I mean, you got that.
hold on.
But yeah. But I'm careful approaching that in character. He would take you right on. Eddie would love to have you.
I don't think that this was in character.
Yeah,
That's
No,
I
I
know. Yeah,
don't.
sorry.
So if I don't really know much about Prometheans at all, but as far as I understand it, you're asking if Sigma would be able to copy Andrew's phone.
Basically,
Hack in it,
yes.
most likely.
Yeah, I don't think he would have any way of noticing that if Sigma tried.
Do it, do it.
Time to roll intelligence plus computers.
Wow, he could just hack it by looking at it. That's fucking cool.
He's a Promethean. He's done some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, they're like different flavors. Is it like flesh, then like robotic, etc., etc.? I know nothing.
2 successes because I have a specialization in computers.
All right. Yeah,
So
that's.
what do you want to do exactly?
He's copying Andrew's phone. That's going to be interesting.
Copy, context, image, text, whatever you can find.
How about we talk about that later then? We'll say. Because I know for a fact that would mean that he gets he gets the old contacts from his ex-girlfriend, and maybe contacts that aren't really so current with the police, and a bunch of old pictures.
And all the texts that you have just received. Now he knows everything.
Yeah, those two. So, Andrew's still addressing Sigma's question about kinship, though, because I don't quite remember Andrew talking about that. He just said that Andrew said that he just recognized what Sigma was. He really couldn't say how. As far as Edward goes, Andrew would explain. When it comes to certain types, it's much easier than others. And casters, spellcasters, what do you call it exactly? Referring to Edward.
Oh. I look a little confused. Well, you pretty much you said it. Magic.
All right.
Kind of wiggle my fingers a little bit at him, you know.
They're a distant relation. Oh no.
Oh.
No.
Sigma Y.
Damn. What's gonna? I just. Oh, there he goes.
There he goes.
Sorry, my connection dropped for a second.
Not fun. Andrew was just explaining that mages, spellcasters, are a more distant relation, but they're still technically family. Technically.
This is an interesting data. Are the both of you able to interconnect to a mass consciousness in order to gather information? Question mark.
In a manner of speaking,
Say it the
no.
same time. Yeah, thanks.
I can peek at nightmares. Does that count?
It is a way to interface between two units. By definition, yes.
Fair enough. So Andrew's leading the way to the coffee shop. He's gonna get Edward a coffee, and he's going to begin talking about the last week or so of things that had happened.
Bam.
This one has a question for the both of you. Have the both of you started having blackouts? You were initially in one place, then, after a small time interval, you were somewhere completely different.
Look embarrassed. What? Uh,
Sigma and I had a bit of an adventure 2 nights ago.
oh,
This
We
unit
were,
has this unit had that problem also before and cannot find trace of tampering like 2 nights ago.
I'm assuming if they're buying coffee and all the rest of it, Lillian probably catches up somewhere around the time that they sit down.
I can track things pretty good. That's one of my specialties.
Hmm.
It's something I was going to offer as a boon, actually.
I do the same now that I think of it, just differently. Have a pretty good memory for things also, and the two of us agree we're missing about 10 minutes of time, but I suppose that's
Hmm.
not too important.
Right.
Around 9 minutes, 57 seconds, 13 nanoseconds.
Look a little. Okay. Eyebrows went straight up. Okay. That's a little more specific. I can. I. Hold on. Out of character, I think I can do a very simple route to see if your minds have been tampered with. Except for Omega, you all tell me.
Technically speaking, he has a human mind, if I'm not mistaken.
Listen, do normal mind magics, would they work?
Yes, it will actually work, but it will be like jumping into the Matrix. You might see some trippy stuff.
Let me see here. It's a lower. I see alter pattern. Alter mental pattern is a 2 dot, and I just want to see if someone has altered a mental pattern on you. So I'm assuming that's just a 1 dot mind effect.
Well, Sigma, by looking to his own memory, can say that someone put a hole into his memory. Sigma knows someone tampered with his memory. He doesn't know how, but it just happened.
Oh crap! Does anyone know Major O'Goyle?
I have begun chewing on the book, but
I know Old Mage really well.
We don't do old stuff here.
I could compartmentalize subliminal memories, urge memories, dream reaching, alter mental pattern. I mean, there. I mean, right there's the trick. Incognito, first impression stuff.
would it
That's
be
that's
just
not
knowing? Wouldn't it
no
be just a
nature.
simple knowing
No
spell?
nature mode. Yeah, pretty much. Alter is a 2nd dot. So I mean, seeing if it's altered. Mind scans at level 1. Da, 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 current moods.
You're looking too much into it. It's just a
Yeah,
short wing
yeah, I
it.
got it. Yeah, yeah. Are you subject to supernatural and basic images and flashes of possibly what happened?
I'd just make it a simple knowing spell for mind. That's what I'd do.
It's not my specialty shit, so it's just 4 dash. It's not paradoxic, so I can use 2 of my thingies. It's plus 2 dice, 6 dice. I'm doing. This is very simple. I think it's 6 dice. Do I just need 1 success? Maybe 2?
Unless it's resisted, I don't know.
Yeah, would they be willing to allow you to look at their brain
I
stuff?
mean, yeah. Before I do anything, I just tell them straight up. I'm like, that's something I can do fairly easy. I can see if your mind's been tampered with. I can see if you've been lied at. Now, when I say lied, I put huge emphasis on it for some reason. And yeah, okay, let's rant. Because everything's a lie, almost everything. So once the lie's inside you, yeah, I can track it. Shouldn't be too hard. The space is a lie. we're all one, man. It's just some of you are gross, some of us are gross. You want me to check it? You want me to see if you've been
Okay,
tampered with?
Ed, that's a little odd, but
Yeah.
all right,
This
sure.
one does not understand your statement, but if you can make a checkup of this one memory in a different way, this one will agree.
I only know how to kind of do this one way, so I'm gonna kind of throw it at you. My robot. Are you a robot cyborg?
This one is what you would call an artificial intelligence.
I kind of look around at everybody. Like there's just the three of us, right? And like shrug. I'm like, well, I'm gonna try it the same way and see if it works. Difficulty would be ones don't subtract, so yeah, there's 4 successes.
I'm pretty sure it's just stuck at 8.
As I say, so you can. With that
That's 2 successes.
2.
Yeah.
Oh, because difficulty is 7 now. That's right.
8.
Oh shit,
It's always 8.
that's weird. But
Not
there's
really.
more dice though. Okay.
Well, that's 2 successes. It's good enough.
Yeah, that's enough.
Since they consented to it.
Yeah. Well, that would be. Could you can have they been? If you've been mentally tampered with, I get a flash of something about it.
I have no idea. Um, we'll,
And if
we'll note that down for later.
yes, out of character, then let's say you tell me, but it's just some weird flashes, or I tell you it's just some weird flashes, and none of us know what it means.
Fair enough.
But then you can bother brain about it later.
It's a
Out
mystery.
of character, well,
And suddenly
some-
another person's approaching the coffee shop.
Who's coming? Is it
The one that Ed said looked dangerous.
the lady or the?
The robot, the pale white girl.
Oh, yeah, she
So
does.
many robots.
So many robots. And a dude in a suit. Where's the other guy at?
I'm kind of shipping her and Sigma now because they're both roboty and
Yeah,
never mind.
it's the dangerous girl.
Andrew.
We
Vastly
are-
different ways of being a robot.
yes,
true.
I am a artificial intelligence given free will. She is something completely. Wait,
Yeah,
no,
but you're
we are more
anatomically
similar
correct.
than I
It's
thought.
all that it's
somehow.
needed.
It's kind of odd. Crazy. It's a crazy place.
I don't remember if Lillian ever introduced herself to Andrew, but
Again, y'all, I'm sorry for just like barging
Nope.
in and trying to introduce myself and stuff. I just
Wait,
really
I
need
think-
information.
I think Andrew and Lily do partially know each other.
I know that they met in the sushi shop, but
Yeah.
I can't remember if they. Well, we could assume they introduced each other.
Who and who?
Andrew?
Andrew and Lillian.
Yeah.
At
Andrew.
the sushi bar.
Andrew would greet her by name. Lillian, nice of you to join us.
Andrew, I'm here at the behest of the mistress.
I told her I was busy.
Oh. The power play.
Yes. She likes it. She demands your attention.
Fine. I mean, she can come down here if she wants to. Or
Pardon me, Andrew, but does this one is being forced to obey another directive?
I squint. You mean is she someone's? Is someone her boss?
Lillian works for Mistress Tatiana, if that's what you mean. Yes.
I
She
kind of
was.
pull out my notebook, and start scribbling some stuff in the little crappy little notepad. There's like mud stains and stuff on it. It's pretty bad, guys.
Edward here was on the scene when that gang attempted to steal that Wayne Tech unveiling.
Uh, did you all ever figure out? Was there anything weird about that? Anybody check into the arc reactors? That's one of my big questions.
Far as I can tell, they were Riddler's men. They didn't succeed.
Not good, good, good. That paid for that little mind scan. I got another big question. Has anyone checked on that reactor thingy? And gone in there and like poked around? Is anyone into magic stuff whatsoever? Any like cackling humans casting spells or anything going on?
No, Edward, we've been a little bit busy with the Riddler
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Penguin,
Penguins.
and
I don't like him very much.
a number of other things.
I am going to gut him.
Got me?
No, penguin.
You two have a connection, Lillian?
She raises up a hand. Very personal connection.
Fair enough. Um,
She very
Get closer to your mic. You're sounding very, very low.
Quiet.
is it my sound suppression?
Say something.
Uh, Glog.
Yeah, you're very, very quiet. For some reason.
Um, there.
Yeah, I think it's better.
Try there.
Yeah, I just raised the volume of the mic.
That's better.
much better.
Eddie tips his head a little bit, ma'am.
What?
Oh, just as kind of like a welcome because you kind of came over.
Hmm.
Well, anyway, he was asking for updates of things that happened over the last week or two. I was just going to give him the information he was looking for, and then, she wouldn't have to deal with him.
Is information to suffice my needs? And then if I understand how and I kind of shrug. Look, I approached her because I knew some of the whole vampiric thing, so I was on to offer her a boon, and I knew how that kind of worked. So I don't know how you guys kind of work this stuff. So I was going to offer a favor for the information. Once again, some of my specialties are finding things is a pretty big one.
Leon would then look over to Sigma and be like,
Got
"Who
most
turned you? Who remade you?"
Who is
This
she addressing
information
this
is
to?
classified for you. You have no permission to access this information.
Oh. No, Lillian, he's different.
I'm a little worried if there's going to be like a whole lot of like mechanical guys going to start running around. That sounds like someone's not. I hope someone's not trying to make an army and leave that hanging.
This unit was created.
Penguin had attempted it with me.
Ah, you prototype, or are we going to see a couple more dangerous looking
Mr.
ladies?
Green, let me clarify that this one unit was part of a conjunct work between Lescarp, Wayne Tech, and Star Labs to create proto soldier to defend the citizen of various city from metahuman attacks. The prototypes were destroyed or stolen. This one is the last remaining active unit, apart Unit Zeta-01. This unit is unique. This unit has developed Sigma.
I am just staring at him. Anybody seen RoboCop?
All right. That
Robocop
explains
would
a
be a
few
better
things.
description of what I've been through.
I'm like, that didn't end right, did it? I don't remember.
I don't think any of them ended right.
Look at Sigma. I'll worry about Sigma a little bit, but that's all. That's in the back
Uh,
of my head.
Lillian, um, I imagine she had something to say when she sent you.
Oh, she demanded your attention.
Given.
Demanded? It's a bit
Well,
hypocritical.
okay. That's not what she said, though. She said, go and check on the coffee shop and report back. This is what she said. She didn't say, go there and demand the
I'm
attention.
sorry, I lost track of the plot.
Yeah, so let's keep this.
Demanding,
I
yeah.
was about to say,
Anyway,
who would
I'll
have?
be
It's sadly
I'll be
being
heading
much
back to the
harder than
store.
it could be. Once again, probably anyone here could whip Eddie's butt. He is not a combat mage. He's really just here for info.
That's fine.
I know.
Sorry,
I'd be worried too.
I'm pretty tired today.
Smack him around, smack him around. No, no, keep going, keep going.
So she's.
I'm gonna check back. Well, since you were busy with him, I'm gonna check back with Titania. Tatiana. I'm tired.
It's not
Awesome.
so hard, people.
The robot girl could be Titania.
All right. I guess we'll wait here.
She reports back stating that he's with the homeless man, with the crazy breakfast person,
I like pancakes.
and a robot.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about his associate, but this crazy man, what did he say about him?
Apparently, apparently Andrew saved him.
Saved him?
Met him during the
Met.
attack on the Wayne Tech unveiling.
Yeah, that's what
Details
that's what
are
I'm waiting to hear, actually.
apparently at the Wayne Tech unveiling.
I see. Well, Mr. Volante, I think we should go and meet this gentleman.
As you wish. I'm more than happy to get in the way should he try anything funny.
I don't think that will be necessary, Mr. Volante, to be honest.
All the better. I really would like to see the exhibit at some point.
Plenty of time.
But yes.
So,
And he will.
make another way.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Anthony will offer his arm to Mistress Tatiana.
Yeah, she'll take it.
Right, and they proceed towards the exit to see what this fellow has to do.
So yeah, they will arrive at the coffee shop. On the front, it's going to be Tatiana and Anthony going pretty much hand in hand. I'm assuming Lillian is behind, and even further back, the two guards. They will get inside the coffee shop. not very conspicuous, you know. And she will then approach the table. I assume you're sitting on the table?
They probably pulled two tables together at this point.
Yeah. Good evening, Mr. Zillick.
Yes, good evening.
And who might you be? She will turn towards Edward.
Oh, when you do that, I do what exactly is not appropriate. I.e., if no one stood up when you came over, I did stand up. If they did stand up, I didn't. I'm looking at my coffee and didn't notice that you even showed up. Whatever's wrong. I'm taking out my social and charisma here. I do whatever's wrong.
I
So
see.
I stand up apparently and be like, do I bow or something?
How about just telling me your name? Let's start there.
You can call me Edward Green or just Eddie.
Mr. Green, I heard you were around at the night of the unveiling.
Mm-hmm. Look,
Interesting.
look a little pissy about that.
And then she will look towards Sigma, or rather, turn her head up and try not to break her neck. Fascinating. Is that your associate?
Nope. I,
I'm
but
talking to Andrew.
oh,
We're still working together, yes.
I'm Mr. Tatiana. How may I address you? She will say to Sigma.
You may call me by my designation, Sigma.
Sigma, nice meeting you as well. These are my associates, Mr. Anthony Valente and Miss Lillian Bream. May we have a little chat? And obviously looking at Andrew for that.
No, if you don't think it's too conspicuous for your outlook and not too underneath your tastes, yes, we may.
Well, regarding what you told me the other night, it's very interesting that we finally find this individual. Did you tell him?
eyebrow, eyebrow.
No, no, I haven't spoken too much yet about the happenings of this week.
No, I'm talking specifically about that night.
Eyebrows, eyebrows.
Yes, but Edward wasn't asking specifically about that night.
He was there, you said? Shouldn't he be required to know?
I was going to tell him, yes.
Well, fair enough.
Well, I suppose I'll get to that then.
That that was going to be my next question. Did you find out what was with the guys with the little magics, the little scanners?
Yes, it seems that they were counting us. Us, that is, and he gestures in a circular motion.
I nod. That's what I was.
This one wasn't present. What do you mean, scanned this group?
I started writing in notes and stuff. Let someone else explain what happened because I'm not managed.
Well, Sigma, not specifically us. I just mean in general. Persons who aren't normal, you might say. They were counting all the people present about a week ago during an unveiling. They came to a total of 7.
It's about as many people that carry the. Then I shut up and look down that carry the lie. And yet, that's what I can think of us as. I think of us as things that carry the lie. Lots of things are lies.
Anyway,
Do
Yep.
you think
um,
that this might have been
Oh,
a distraction so that they could get information about us?
it's possible, but I still don't know who even they are. I don't know if it was the police. I don't know if it was the city. For all I know, they could have been Riddler's men.
Well, it would make more sense to be Riddler's men after all. We have all been contacted one way or another by the Riddler after this incident, not just us present there, but also our connections.
It would also explain why they left all the injured there behind.
hmm.
Anyway, there was the failed heist. There was an attack on. Actually, no, that happened afterwards. No, no, no. The next thing that happened was actually with the Rose, a murder.
Eyebrow goes up. What district we're at? Is
I'm
it
assuming the Scarlet Rose is a upper town.
Velvet Rose, damn it.
Velvet. Sorry.
as soon as he got uptown, he goes, "That's not my beat." Hmm. So no one got a track on those guys with the little reedy devices, huh?
No, I wasn't really paying much attention to them,
The,
or the reactor for that matter. I think you have your priorities ever so slightly out of order there, Edward. Um,
then I kind of shrug. About to say, I'll be honest. My main job is to make sure magic doesn't get out of hand, including start bleeding over to the normies.
So, may I ask, Mr. Green, what is it that you do exactly?
Watch
Watch. And what exactly are you watching?
everything. But once again, my main job and my scope is to make sure magic doesn't bleed over to the normies. There's a big fancy way I'm supposed to say that, but that's really what it is.
Fair enough.
Need to make sure there's no one doing any of that, and no one casting. I can't keep doing that for my voice, and no one doing any. I kind of talk out now about left-handed casting, but that's between my kind and myself. That's what I'm trying to track it down. And who the fudge? I don't say fudge, but I don't know what the rating is here.
So, since you're
Go
watching,
ahead.
have you seen anything interesting, Mr. Green?
I shake my head. I had to go out of town for a week to do a meeting with my peoples. We're not based in this city, so I've missed everything. So I don't know if the Riddler's had anything to do with it. And apparently, the Joker's been singing. I don't know, horror, but that's not his normal. He does crazy shit, and I certainly don't like it. But that's not my beat. And it sounds like I'm okay. It sounds like
So,
I haven't missed anything that's in my beat so far, which is
what
good.
exactly are you interested in, Mr. Green, then? So far as to
M- Mages, people like
meetings?
me, mortals that can bend the stuff, doing stuff that we're not supposed to be doing. I have official drawn up paperworks and orders to make sure, and then I go into a little sing song voice that isn't very good to make sure none of that's happening in Lower Gotham. So I wait and I watch. and I didn't like getting scanned. I don't know what that's about. I'm really, really curious. I was really, really hoping, and he kind of
Well,
points at Miss Tatiana. I was hoping that you would have some information. You got
well, we
networked all
have
over the city.
information. We know that they know what we are. Isn't that enough?
Mm, he groans a lot. Anything of a more hardcore magical persuasion happening in the town?
Well, the individual who was murdered isn't dead, if that's anything of interest to you.
And the individual who did the murder isn't human.
According to her actual words, and at this point, out of character, I've completely forgotten her name because I suck at names.
Yep.
Uh,
Who are you talking about?
the other,
Catherine?
the other Invictus, yes, Catherine. Uh, According to her, the individual who committed the murders doesn't exist.
Well, I told you it was a
Huh.
demon. Existing
Mm,
or not, I don't know. What I know is that what we learned on my side is that he or it or whatever this entity is appeared and disappeared right outside of my club.
well, I've got the information I was kind of looking for, or at least enough to get me filled in for the week. And
And
I'm not
what
going to
will
count
you do with this information, Mr. Green?
not much, except for probably try to track down these guys with the scanner. I might check into that little murder, but if once again, it doesn't much matter what kind of critter it is, and I look at, I can't say your name, dude. Viz, mm, Vizla, drugs, man, don't do drugs.
Valente?
But is it a V? It's too small on my screen, dude.
Ah, okay, Anthony Volente.
Yes. I forgot what I was saying.
Beasts, critters, something in that
Yeah.
direction.
It doesn't much matter what kind of critter it is. About to say it, I kind of nodded Tatiana. It's like I kind of knew what you are. About to say, so it doesn't matter which kind of critter you are, as long as you're not. Look, and I kind of shrug. Monsters eat people. I kind of shrug. As long as people,
He looks at you pretty disgusted and
I'm,
said, "No, I don't eat people, if that's what you're intimating, and I'm actually quite offended at that."
I'm
This
gonna
one has never consumed any sort of sustenance apart electricity. This one hasn't yet tried to
oh,
quote
good.
unquote cannibalize.
Well, good. Actually, I'm like, excellent. But that's the whole thing. I don't much care. I'm not. That's not my job unless it gets out of hand. You take 2 or 3 people because you're feeding or teaching a lesson or doing your things because you're a monster. It's not my problem. You do it to a busload of people. I'm supposed to like put it down and report you, and then maybe we decide to do something about it, and they never do. And then I kind of shrug. That's pretty much how my side goes.
So what you're saying is that basically you're doing nothing.
Hmm, for the most part, which is why I'm going to track down those guys that have those sensors.
Are you employed, Mr. Green?
What do I need a job for? Money's a lie.
I mean, does he look employed, Tatiana?
No, he doesn't.
I like information.
And how do you pay for it?
With information,
So far, you
mostly.
haven't really contributed anything.
You haven't asked me any questions.
Oh, I have asked you what you have seen, and you
Yeah, I've been
said you
gone.
were out of town,
Yeah,
so
yeah, that's the whole.
nothing of value.
No. Can you track a demon?
Probably. I can find and track about any identity sympathetic link.
That won't be necessary,
I
Mr.
can,
Zillick. We do have a solution for that,
Fair enough.
if you would be willing to assist, of course.
that
That is the very last professional and personal job I accepted. So, yes, I'd be willing to assist.
put an eyebrow up.
Is this helps my directive and helps fulfill my objectives? I will lend also my capabilities, which Mr. Zilla can reference. Zillick,
That would be most appreciated, Mr. Sigma. October 25th. This is when we're supposed to have a confrontation with this entity. Supposedly, we will be led there by one of the werewolves.
Hmm.
Well, I can tell you, Edward, if you've only just gotten back into town, you're probably not going to find whoever took those or whoever had the scanners. They're probably going to find you.
Situations like this is kind of thing I'm trying to avoid. Also don't want to see any of you all show up on YouTube or worse, whatever this version of the world that CNN is.
Well, I certainly don't eat people, so that shouldn't be an issue.
I do
Um,
apologize if I have made any offensive with that, Mark, but it's just for real. I don't know a whole lot about the supernaturals either, but there's some really nasty stuff in the city. I don't look at Tatiana when I say it.
Fair enough. I can't argue that.
Tatiana doesn't really respond to that.
I guess what I'm saying is my personal guess is that they belong to the Riddler, and the Riddler has been delivering his riddles and his toys unerringly over the last week.
is there any possible connection to Cobblepot?
If you share the technology, Cobblepot has money, bastard, and always has contacts and influences.
The
Many
only
of us have
connection,
money and contacts and influences. Not all of us are working in his circles.
Mm.
the only connection Cobblepot has to any of this is that the demon was dressed as some sort of gang member before his second murder, and then stole his victim's form, you might say, after the second.
Well, he could have stolen the form of the gang member too, but who would know? Gang members just die every day. Nobody's looking for them.
Hmm.
The only other connection might be that coin, if I can have it examined.
Eyebrow.
And we might also want to study that stone slab. Apparently, the coin reacted to it. The
Stones
one
You,
near the carnival, the pier. The stone slab scratched with rather deep claws. Apparently, it has glown for 5.37 seconds.
Weird.
trippy. Don't know how I missed that.
This one is rather surprised that you say it's trippy or you are surprised. There is a being known as a vampire, a being known as a mage, and literal,
Oh
your
yeah.
words, nightmare incarnate, you shouldn't be much more surprised.
Point.
Tell you what, I will try to get you a meeting with this lady that you met at the museum the other night. See what you can find out from her. Fair enough?
Excellent.
And yeah, out of character, I'm assuming that Andrew does remember her name because eidetic memory and whatever, but
Oh, he does. He
apparently,
remembers her name.
yeah, but
I don't even remember.
no, she
Now that I
did.
think about out of character, I don't even think she introduced herself.
She did. I think she did.
The only thing that I do remember is that she works for Wayne Tech Security.
Yeah, anyway, I'll take care of that. Anyway, back in character.
Before we go on, what kind of information I managed to steal from everyone in phones?
What exactly were you looking for specifically?
I think he's
Contacts,
just.
emails, and the entire package.
I think
Ooh.
he's just copying the phone over wholesale.
Yes,
Okay,
I'm
well,
trying to learn.
there's a lot
Sigma
to
was an
unpack.
infiltrator and is trying to follow programmation.
Okay, how far back though? Okay, let's
The
keep
last,
it
let me say
relevant.
the last week.
Okay, so let's keep it relevant. You will see a text from Tatiana to Bruce Wayne, uh, describing what is happening at the unveiling. And then a reply to that message that says, "Keep your head down." You will see correspondence to various other members, people that are already present there. You'll see texts back and forth to someone named William. There are some images, some internet searches about rare albino birds, an ad, some business shit going on, and yeah, business contacts and the like.
I don't have a phone.
Oh, don't worry, I failed miserably to gather information about you.
Maybe that's because he doesn't have one.
Fun effects. Any other attempt to gather information on me are at -2 because of a merit I have.
Oh my god.
And yeah, sometimes the smell might even go away. Sometimes you just don't notice it.
Okay, anyway, next for info.
How many successes did you have on Anthony?
6. No, wait a second. Okay, so for Anthony. Okay, so Anthony, one success.
Okay, you are able to see a few telephone calls between Tatiana and him, and mostly text. I'll give you that. Text messages about acquisition, price, and suggestions for an aviary and what seems to be construction material for aforementioned aviary.
Yeah, I get the feeling Anthony wouldn't keep much on his phone that wasn't straight business.
Agreed. But I wanted to be fair and give him something.
Lillian.
Yeah,
You
on
mean-
air,
Successes, huh?
on air, 5 successes because 2 tens, and I have a specialization in computers.
Yeah. Sigma's a bad boy. Spying
Really
on his
bad.
boss and everything.
So, what's on Lillian's phone?
It's not Sigma fault, it's only programmation. He is an assassin infiltrator, being reprogrammed to be a butler to a rich family. He's doing what he knows how to do. It's his personal way to make friends.
I'd say
That's kind
it's
of that's kind
mostly a
of
burner
cute.
phone.
It's kind of adorable.
So mostly context related to Tatiana and a person named Trinity. Beyond that, maybe some notes about the penguin, but it's kind of obvious she's not keeping it around for very often. She hasn't kept it around for long.
I just want to add only one thing. On all of your phone appears a contact that says to use in case of emergencies. Emergencies.
Trinity.
Cute. Aw,
I take it there might be even a cute little like bing on.
you have mail.
Yeah. Takes his phone, checks that, and Anthony's just a little bit horrified. How the, what the, how did this happen? What the fuck? What the hell's going on? And he starts looking around.
Sigma has an helmet on his face, but he has such a big shit-eating grin.
Yeah, Tatiana wants to look at her phone. Does it say the contact's name or just in case of
No,
emergency?
its title is to call in case of emergencies.
Did anyone else get that?
Anthony looks at her and shows him the icon. I mean, her the icon.
That's
But
cool.
it takes it. I was like,
Cool.
How the, how did this happen? There should be a decent encryption on it.
Call
Oh,
it. Let's see who it is.
yeah.
I've learned
Uh,
determined people gets through any form of encryption.
hmm. Anthony gives it a call.
Nothing. Nothing happens. Nothing happens for a few seconds. Then from the phone you start hearing a robotic, encrypted voice saying that this type of number is only for emergencies. If you are in a life-threatening situation, this will dispatch an agent to your protection. And
and
the
and and
call
and,
ends.
and he stops it at that point and just looks up to the android, if that's the right term.
You don't know that has been Sigma. You don't know that he can do this.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. He just looks around. Anthony is definitely ruffled.
What happened?
May this one look at your electronical device.
Somebody has put an app on my phone, but hasn't got any proper contact details apart this number. How the?
You might have been attacked by some sort of Trojan. Perhaps you received mail or a message and it installed. If you were to stay with me for a few hours, I could try and track it to the source.
He puts his phone back, leans back, and just looks at the fellow.
We both had this at the same time.
Yes.
Wouldn't that be a coincidence? By the way,
Perhaps there
would I
is
be
another
able?
player in this museum that hasn't
Question.
introduced himself.
Would I be able to tell that you're lying?
Well, there is no physical evidence that can link Sigma. Maybe Andrew could think something about this because he
Well,
saw him hacking brains.
mm,
But he had to stick some sort of nail. He had to create a physical contact.
I mean, yeah, but you can still be affected with mind effects and things like that. So, You don't have to make rolls when you lie.
Well, if I had to cover my tracks, there would be some sort of subterfuge, but Sigma actually offered Andrew to spend some time and track the source of the app.
Yeah,
That's
that's
still a
not
subterfuge.
questionable at all, right? Or suspicious.
It's always suspicious.
Hmm.
Well, you all know that Sigma is some sort of security guard that worked for Miss Tabitha, for the mayor assistant. He's kind of a public figure, so security it's kind of its deal.
Well, that's fine. I will have my own people track it. If Mr. Volento would want to allow you his phone, I do. I don't have any objections to that.
Anthony is rhythmically, tapping either the side of the chair or something. Yeah, let's see. Let's have a look. And he produces the phone and gives it to Sigma.
This might take some time, and you'll see Sigma removing one of its fingers, some sort of needle gets out and ejects it into the phone and says that please continue the conversation. I will elaborate the data.
Yeah, that was like in a movie. I gotta get a soda. 5 seconds.
What I miss?
Nothing. Anthony gave his phone to Sigma.
All right.
This one is unable to detect the trace, the source. Someone cleaned its traces.
Hmm. And once Sigma is done, Anthony will simply stretch out his hand in a gesture of, like, give it back.
Yeah, the Sigma removes the needle, puts back its finger. Oh, you see that before doing this, the flash turns white, some sort of plastic. You can clearly see metal. And I have to remove two of my Pyros because this power needs 1 point of Pyros. Alright, done.
Hmm. Well, Edward kind of nods to Andrew. Voltaire, so small to read. Lillian
Hmm.
and Tatiana.
Zillick.
Zillick. Let's just call him Zillick. There we go. Andrew, about to say that group, and we're like, well, I appreciate the update as far as I'm concerned. Andrew gave me all the information. Uh, I owe you one. I'm good for scrying, finding things, and I can do some minor mental effects if you need them done. But please don't be, you know, I'll only do certain things, if you know what I mean.
You owe me one?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. How about you pay me back right now?
Nod. What do you need?
Let's be friends. And he holds out his right hand.
I'm not really good at that.
Shaking?
No, I mean I can shake and put my hand out. and shake a little off.
I believe that he is implying that his empathic abilities are quite inadequate. Perhaps you can be colleagues but no friends? Question mark.
I'm just not
Well,
good at
he
friends, but we can start with the handshake, and I can I still consider myself. I'm at the point where I still kind of owe you guys one. And this demon sounds bad. If you need help tracking it or anything with it like that, I'm consider me at your service for it.
then Andrew was going to hand Edward the family ties condition.
How's that work?
Let me grab it for you.
I remember beasts can like take on some like attributes, like they kind of show up magically as another
It
supernatural or
can
something.
do a number of different things, but um, yeah,
Now, do you like taste like kind of like what I do in a way? Are you sampling me in a way?
no.
Or okay,
He's the only thing that family ties represents is the fact that they are friends.
oh, well, well, I know I thought there was a supernatural effect of you kind of nothing bad. I know, but say it's not. It's fine. I think, but I thought it was a little more than that.
Slightly.
Well, just be careful. Eddie was fine. No, he wasn't. Eddie wasn't fine. Eddie had issues. And then he awakened and saw the tower. I don't know what it's called for the magic people of mind and space at the same time. You know what I mean? So now I'm a little. So if you like dig into like what makes me magical,
No,
fucking
it's
bad.
it's not that Andrew is messing with anything's. He's not messing with Andrew's ability. This is
Oh,
something he's giving Edward.
oh, that's kind of cool. Oh, I want to try the beach just because I adore anything that has to do with Lilith and the Dark Mother and that kind of shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the idea is, you owe me something. All right, cool. Your favor could be, I want to give you something. Will you accept? So
That's kind of neat. Like, if you want, if first, I mean, I have to ask some questions. Like, I haven't asked any questions. I kind of shrug. I knew what Mrs. Titania is, and kind of shrugs. Let's say I've been taught to recognize your aura, but I'm not. I try not to be nosy about the other denizens of the night.
oh, you're looking at Andrew?
I'm kind of looking at everybody, but yeah. So I don't know much
Because
about.
I've read something very interesting, and knowing your particular type of magic, you use mind, yes?
Yes,
Would you look at him closely?
I could, but to say, but once again, I try to maintain privacy about that stuff. That and you can go crazy doing that too.
Fair enough.
But yeah, he will at some point. It's about to say he will if it will he'll ask straight up, will it hurt me if I do? And he won't. I'm not that nosy. You know what I mean? I just kind of
Andrew would shake his head. He doesn't think he has any abilities that makes him more than strange to look at. And it's not that Edward would have to use close mage sight. He would just have to use his standard mage sight and then overlay mind on top of it.
like an aura read.
Mm-hmm.
Do you me to roll it, or do we want to
I
just?
don't know. There's no rolls with mage sight that I know.
Oh no, yeah. That's I don't have to use prime, do I? Or mum.
No. It
Yeah.
just be mind.
I think that you have to roll not to crap your pants right now.
First things first. I bring it up to level 1 mage side because you're here. Two Prometheans are here.
No, one Promethean, one Deviant.
A Promethean and a Deviant
And
and
that's what Andrew was trying to point out, that Lillian and Sigma are different.
different things altogether, and a vampire and whatever Mr. Spooky Eyes is.
Indeed.
Nobody knows.
Well, Andrew knows, but indeed.
Well, I'm about to figure out at level 1, it's basic auras and stuff. So if anybody has anything, obviously, a power activated, it's going to give me an imagos, or I get to see it.
Andrew is incredibly scary to look at because he's hungry. Otherwise, um,
Is
Edward
his
would
beak
see something very interesting, in
uh
so much that normally mind would not be useful to see souls. But apparently, Andrew is something very different because you can see his soul, and his soul reminds Edward, if he's seen one before, of an atavism.
backward traits?
Hmm?
Atavism, toss back of traits, repressed traits and stuff.
No, an atavism is a supernal creature that mages summon.
Oh, I thought like an actual one. You're yeah. Oh, animalistic or what? Demonic, angel,
It's an atavism, it's a creature of nightmare.
fun stuff. What are you in in White Wolf terms?
And what is he in White Wolf terms? He's a beast.
Okay. Uh, I don't think I wouldn't pick up any of the weird stuff unless I think I turned it up all the way, and I'm not fucking.
No, no, you'd be able to, because mind relates to nightmares.
I do pick up like night, like because yeah, is that what's on your mind all the time? And you're hungry. I get it. Now I get what you're saying.
It's not so much that he's hungry, it's that his soul is missing. A horror is living where his soul should be. And horrors and atavisms are related but not the same.
Do you?
Atavisms are a higher form. They're supernal, obviously. So if Edward has seen an atavism before, the thing living inside Andrew would remind him of it.
I got you. Um,
Otherwise, he can kind of sort of see Andrew's soul, and that doesn't make any sense because mind isn't useful for that.
should be able to say that. But it's all screaming out. Are you in like pain or something at the moment?
No. Nope. I'm perfectly fine. I'm hungry, but no, I'm fine.
I'm. I've got mind and prime. Can I make negative screamy emotions from nightmare of a like a nightmare sympathy for you to eat? It would cost me mana basically to give you whatever it is. But
I
would
have
that be enough?
no idea if that would work. Um, beasts feed on, well, they feed on the whole bunch of things. But no, I have no idea if a mage could produce satiety. That would be very funny if they could. But then again, it's prime.
It's a kind of energy. About to say now, the prime. If it was pure prime, I need prime too. But that would still be easier in a way. You know what I mean? I could just point and click.
I guess what I'm saying is like an old world, which is probably what you're talking about. An old world, yes, a mage could quite literally take quintessence and turn it into blood points, so they could turn it into.
Yeah. No, when it already is gnosis in my mind. But yeah, it sounds like for you they would need a mind prime effect to give a satiation. That's what it is basically, right? It's almost an emotion that you're feeding. Was that a closer?
It varies depending upon what emotion they're looking to feed on or what type of fear they're looking to feed on. But
probably mind prime would could duplicate it if you knew what you were doing.
Probably, I don't know. That sounds like an ST thing.
Yeah, but in old mage, I'd say I stored here. I would probably need a few more dots though. I don't think I could do that. But yeah, okay. I talk about that in a semi-technical sense that probably doesn't make any sense, as if that's something we can try if you're willing at some point. But I need to study up on that. That would be interesting. And you guys, my two robotic people, the deviant looks robotic to me. Is that correct? But I can kind of see the magic and energies and stuff. If either one of you two want to try to track down where you came from, let me know, because I kind of feel like I need to know that too. If anyone finds out anything about those scanners, let me know, and I'll owe you all another one.
This one will try and use its position to grant you information.
I'm assuming, big guy, would you be handy in case like the people pulled out the guns and stuff?
I believe Mr. Zilik can describe my quite particular problem-solving abilities.
Yeah, I shake my head, and I don't like looking at him for some reason. And I turn back and look at him. It's like,
Yeah, yeah, he's handy with a gun. We'll leave it at that.
okay, okay. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm like,
So
I
take
can't fireball. Sorry.
so out of character, I take it that you're basically doing aura perception on everyone.
Basically, it's in old. If you know old school,
Yeah.
it's prime mind effect basically to get a basic sensory. Or no, it would be spirit would be nice too to be like, what magic is it? That's all.
Okay. I'll give you the following. You get the same vibrant sparks of him that you would have got off a werewolf,
Okay.
and since you're using spirit,
No, I'm not using spirit. All I've got is I wish I did. All I have.
okay. In that case, you're just getting that same vibrant, very full of life feeling that you have gotten from a werewolf, for example.
Wait, are you a Korax for any chance?
Nope.
Did he say that in character?
No, of course not. Sigma wouldn't know about all the Garus, all the Ratas. I simply finally managed to see the icon on your overlay and thought maybe it's a Korax. Where crow?
Okay. He he just smiles. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, we soar above the sky as the others hunt on the ground. What's it to you?
Flying would be cool. And he looks a little jealous. That would be neat. Kind of get away from this.
He's actually at that comment. He seems a bit mollified and smiles and just gives you a nod.
And he's scared of heights. So when he scries, it always starts out bad because he like starts real high in the air to look up, and he almost throws up, and he has to come down real fast. It's very embarrassing. I'm glad you wanted to name it. I need more problems for Eddie. Eddie just needs more.
I do have a proposal,
Yes.
if you will, Mr. Green. Since you say you're watching things,
Mhm.
if you see anything, well, let's say interesting, maybe you can bring us this information.
I like to maintain privacy until things get out of hand. Like for example, I know that, and I do a little bow. The uh, I forgot the formal name that the 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 vampires use, but I know you all usually take care of yourselves. If like one of them go into craziness, you all, and I make the stake them in the chest motion.
What does it have to do with my request?
Go ahead, please.
What I said is
Yeah,
if you see anything interesting, just report it to us.
I kind of get. The honest answer is kind of I have to maintain neutrality, so I can't be spying on
I didn't
people
ask you
and
to
telling.
spy on anyone, Mr. Green.
If anything
I just
important,
said that if you happen upon any interesting information, you should bring it to us.
if I
I
find
didn't
it,
say that you should
yeah,
go looking for it.
gotcha, yeah, gotcha. Yeah, if something big comes down, and I pull out my little notebook. I've been kind of watching the supernatural flow and stuff for everything for a while, so there's a reason I came to you.
And how did you know of me?
And I'm like, well, I'm a magic person for starters. You know what I mean? I can sense supernatural beings and big nightclub. It just looked obvious. No offense. You're not the first person I've scouted. There's a couple other people in the city that I've just stumbled across. Then I'll watch. It's not like I have a job. That and sometimes I'll dig into people's minds and look.
This is quite disturbing.
Sorry. Would you like wards?
I have already arranged for that, thank you.
You might want to get them in there faster.
I have my people on it, you don't need to worry about it. I would advise, however, to stay away.
And keep anything I learn to myself, right?
I would prefer that you did not spy on me.
Don't spy on anybody. I just watch. But
Well,
yet, you do have my word that if something
fair.
bad comes up that we need to know about, um, yeah,
I would also prefer that you did not watch me.
give you a look. See, now that sounds like you're gonna need time to shut with a basement full of kids, and that puts you on a little mark that I have to report.
I have no idea what you're talking about. When I know is that I have enough people watching me, I don't need one more.
And I'm like, you got it.
After all, I have not given any reason for anyone to suspect me of anything.
Correct. Let's go with that. What's my subterfuge? None. That's what I thought it was. Manipulation. Not one whole dot. Like, okay. I mean,
What,
you
you
are a
want,
vampire.
you want to try to lie to me?
No, no, no. But to see that would be his die pool one. So yeah, when you tell me you haven't done anything, I'm like, well, yeah. I mean, that's why I came to you. You have a good rep. I haven't seen you leaving corpses everywhere, and I haven't been following you hardcore. I've spotted you a couple of times. You seem like a safe person to approach with good bodyguards, and I might have noticed Andrew was with you, and he seemed professional. I apologize if I've offended, but once again, I still consider I'm in everyone here's debt for a boon for the information. I did need some of this. Da-da-da-da. You can call on me for one. You know what I mean?
Boom.
And I might be
Boom.
Andrew's friend. I might be trying to do.
Yes,
I
yes.
might try to do friends with Andrew. This, but it's weird. Ugh, friends are weird.
Why are you using an old word for favor?
I thought it was the vampire word, and I don't know enough about the rest of the society to use anyone else's words.
Ah,
The word we prefer is kindred.
No, Andrew did. I think he means for the boon.
but good to know.
And to be
Favored.
honest
Yeah.
with you, Mr. Green, I don't believe there's anything that you would be able to offer me that I don't already have. So,
Well, in that case, I kind of feel bad. Can I buy you a pancake? I know a good shop.
no, thank you.
Look kind of bummed. Look a little sad because I'm like, I don't want to get information for free. Andrew, I still kind of owe you one.
Have you got a calling card or something in that direction?
Nope.
Have you got a number somebody could contact you by?
Nope. I plug no.
Have I got to call your name 3 times and then you'll appear? How the hell am I supposed to contact you then?
Perhaps light some sort of signal in the sky.
Yeah, sure, a signal fire and then have the. Better not.
That would be cheesy. No one's going to do that. And then the bat sign comes out 3 days later. Um, put my little pad, flip around to a blank pad, right, kind of crouch down, like I'm writing something real secret, rip it off, and hand it to you.
He takes it, he looks at it. Is actually something intelligible written on it?
No, it's barely legible, but it is intelligible. It is simply address, simply a road address. But it's
Hmm.
not a house address. It's a road address, and then a note that says under the bridge.
He just folds it up, puts it in his side pocket, and goes, "That'll do. Thank you."
May this one also contact you if help is needed.
Please, can I please contact you in case something huge comes down? Because horrid hell.
Affirmative. And you basically see Sigma writing you a phone number and an address and a little note saying if you need a roof over your head, just call me.
Got a whole bridge.
Yes, but I do have a building with armed guards.
Dang. Once again, I'm a little curious. Normally, if it's not affecting a whole bunch of people, especially the mortals, I stay out of it. I'm supposed to stay neutral, and I have no problem with that. But I'm curious about where you came from, if you are too. Perhaps I can dig into that for you.
This one knows where it was built, but it doesn't know its origin. This one will accept your offer.
Cool. Lillian, about to say looks, about to say he gets up and like looks at the yucky coffee because it was gross. Puts his crappy hat on. Is there anything I can do for you?
I already in the fast track for what I need done.
Same thing, y'all. If Andrew has my
I
contact,
plan to kill the penguin.
you want to kill the penguin? Sounds harsh.
He did this to me.
Don't blame you. I would too.
Oh,
Lillian,
and you still have the mind sight up, right?
The mic.
The
The mind sight up.
Mic side up. I'm confused.
if Lillian correct, you would be willing to help me. I may assist you in your revenge.
I consider I owe you a little favor.
I need to check. I need to check mind sight real quick.
I am starving. I need to go to bed. Meal. Do you love me?
It gives an or, right?
Who's he?
You have mindsight on Steve. Pay
yes.
attention.
Yes. Oh no, I've turned that off. About to say, I just brought it up to kind of to look at old dude for a second. Then
I
I'm
just didn't say what I looked like when you looked at me with mind sight on, did I?
yeah. You glow a little bit. About to say, kind of. I would assume not like a nature-y, but I assume there's like a techno feel. You said I assume there's a techno feel to you, but I might be completely
Broken. A more broken techno feel. Very broken.
Oh. Mm-hmm.
I mean, it doesn't give you the virtues and vice, but you feel something was carved out.
Ooh. I can do minor mind effects and stuff, kind of like stuff that you can imagine, like the vampire kind of people do, including go in and take little pieces out, and go out and take little pieces that have been covered up and free them up. but that's not something I just want to wing. That's something kind of serious. Yeah, I want to ritualize that out.
No, no, no. That was already there in the first place.
Oh, it looks kind of sad.
And
Having your mind messed
it
with it sucks, man. I get it. That ain't no good.
mind
Out of character, I
I
wouldn't try
was
messing. Oh, sorry.
broken and remade. Made into a damn weapon against my own will.
Edward looks sad. Hmm. The penguin did this.
Well, he will soon
Yes.
find out how weapons backfire.
Hmm. You going to kill him?
I'm going to gut him.
I'll help.
Killing isn't
Alright.
usually my thing, but
Eh. If something bad has going on where I feel like I have to get involved, we're probably going to kill it anyway. Probably fucking needs killing. Penguins making people turn them into robot crazy weapons. Yeah, let's kill him over. I'd kill him over that. If I was Batman, the Joker would have died at like comic issue 6, so it would have been a really
Dude.
Yeah.
Stand character, please.
sorry.
mm,
I gotta jump off here, guys, and eat. So yeah, I offer everyone a favor, including like mind stuff and space stuff
Alright.
for the information.
I think we're gonna go to him for the scene anyway.
Well, yeah, almost. Yeah.
Get up. That's it, Andrew. I know a great place that has pancakes. You like pancakes?
I do.
I'm gonna take Andrew to the pancake place.
I get the feeling I'll be paying for it, but
I've got enough for pancakes. Not by much, but I mean, it's in crummy. I mean, I put like wads of ones with like mud on and dirt on them a lot of times.
yeah, I think I'll pay for the pancakes. It's fine.
Win for me.
Tatiana will get up at that point because that's too much.
Aw.
Mr. Zillick, it was good to meet you. Mr. Green, equally so.
You guys do pancakes?
So we'll ignore that and turn towards Sigma. Mr. Sigma, when your current contract expires, if you're interested in employment of any kind, do seek me out. Oh, crap!
Echo.
Well, I guess that's the scene then.
He'll probably pop
Yeah.
back in.
See you guys and girls next scene.
What?
Laters.
Uh-oh. Did I make it? I didn't meant like just then, but
Oh.
I think he was getting a phone call and he's there. He is. There he is.
I don't eat pancakes.
Bad weather and my internet connection doesn't mix well.
Yeah,
no, I wouldn't even attempt this website on a phone.
I've done it, but it's not perfect. Anyway, yeah. So she will offer Sigma employment if he's interested after he's done with the current one.
And it offers him a minor favor if you want to come by and.
Steve,
Sorry.
I'm expecting a reply from Sigma. Don't interject yourself to everything, please.
That's where to get off. Sorry.
The Swan will remember your offer and in exchange will provide its best services.
This is good to hear. And she will look towards Lillian. Well, and Anthony was technically still there. And will start walking away.
Owen walks with Ta- Tatiana.
Andrew is going to stand up and make his own way out. This was enlightening.
Make notes and go get pancakes.
Well, Sigma has to meet a mummy, and he will try to meet the goddamn mummy to end this case.
Well, I'll
No
take.
one tampers with its memory.
Do we have any last declarations?
Hmm.
No, I don't think so.
Alright, then I'm
Nope.
gonna end it here. Thank you, players, for playing and watchers for watching. This has been another scene for Gotham by Night. See you all next time.